was, always will be. Always was, always will be.
We are cooperating with the beautiful council of Melbourne Council. We're going to represent.
Hi Daniela, I just wanted to ask you why you came to Occupy Melbourne today.
Well, I'm part of Refugee Action Collective and we're here today mainly, well, a few things actually. One is the government's stance on refugee, their horrible policies, their disgusting ways that they treat refugees. And so we're here to say that refugees are part of the 99% and that we're here to stop mandatory detention, no optional processing and taking on refugees as humanitarian, not a political stunt. Also, we've got Serco, which is the company that runs detention centres, which are making massive amounts of profit on the refugees and on the suffering of these refugees. So we're here on many issues, but when it comes to greed, refugees are definitely suffering because of it. So that's why we're here. That's why I'm here. And yeah, I think it's absolutely fantastic what's happening. Very excited.
Not Palestine! Occupy Melbourne, 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 not Palestine! Long live Palestine! Long live the Intifada! Long live the Intifada! 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 Of Occupy Melbourne, not Palestine, has something to do with corporations running our world. And I think we can say that Max Brenner and the Strauss Group, of which it is a part, are one of those corporations in this world who are doing appalling, atrocious things. But what we can also say pretty confidently is that in this building, Melbourne Central, there are probably quite a few corporations who are doing appalling, atrocious things. And in our targeting Max Brenner, not only have the friendly Victoria Police here assisted us in shutting down Max Brenner, not only that, but they've assisted us to shut down the whole bloody building. This is the message. Occupy! 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 And that is exactly what the boycott, divestment and sanctions campaign against Israel is all about. It is about people power around the world gathering together to shut down corporations that support apartheid. That is what the BDS movement is all about. And so we should be very proud of ourselves today. We have made the whole of Melbourne see that we support Palestine. We have made the whole of Melbourne see that Max Brenner supports apartheid. And we have made the whole of Melbourne see that we, people together can bring down any corporation, any company, any building if we get together and make it happen.
All the stuff floating about is politics. It's like from the plane.
Anthony Gino, why are you here?
I'm here because, well, people ask me that a lot actually, and my thing is, well, why wouldn't you be? Like, what reason wouldn't you be here? Because I ask them that and they say shit like, well, are you really going to change the world by yourself? This started with 12 people. It's a month later.
That's right.
And it's worldwide, there's millions of people here. So why wouldn't you be? Why would you sit out around on your ass and let everybody else change the world for you?
Anthony, do you think that possibly it's the people who are sitting at home not doing this, being here, who are in fact the lazy, stinking hippies?
Well, when you put it that way, how could you argue it? Get off your ass and fucking do something. Have a say in the way you run your life. Like, where's my money at, bitches?
Pretty much a tent village set up here. Media, food, people holding workshops, educating each other. Education, it's a word it's a diverse cross-section of the community, the world, people. Your job, though, is to pick through the background images for anyone who looks like a hippie and make that the whole story. What about the guy who invented the wheel?
He was like, where's my money at, bitches? Look at this thing.
You know.
That's the world. It's the way it is, and they don't teach you that in schools, which is it's an issue.
Check this out, folks. Just over here, we got Starbucks, right? I got a laptop, camera, phone, the stuff you have when you're a human in the 21st century, and especially if you want to make videos and post them online. So I ran out of juice and I went into Starbucks to recharge my shit, which cost me, people, $8.63 because I had to buy some kind of retarded chocolate thing that I would never drink normally, and a delicious sausage roll made out of animal meat. A person suggested that this was ironic that I, an occupier, in a fucking Starbucks. Now, is this what it comes to? Hey there, is this what it comes to, really? That fucking me using a brand means that I'm part of some demon machine? I thought that simply being alive meant that I was part of a hellish military industrial nightmare complex murdering fucking machine equipment thing. I don't know. I can't get too tied up in knots about that shit, man. Wow, it's windy too. Okay, and the other thing is, you would have noticed I had those white headphones in. Yeah, that's right. I own a couple of Apple products. I've got an iPhone and a MacBook. Does this mean, you know, you can't live like that, man. It's fucking retarded. That is water. Water. So it turns out one of the, well, you got tents here, right? Tents, and they're on grass. Water and grass go together through the form of sprinklers. Look, it's fucking 4:30 in the morning. There's no reason for me to even be able to speak English or any other language. It's more likely that I'd be able to speak French at this fucking language. I don't even know French, but I'm awake, and sprinklers just went off. I don't want to go and look in my tent and discover that my shit has been fucked.
We're here in Melbourne at the City Square for the Occupy Melbourne protest. This is a global movement that began in New York in Wall Street and has now moved to all parts of the world. There's a list of complex grievances from people from all walks of life, so let's have a look and find out why they're here.
By the time we are finished, nothing will be the same.
And what we're going to need is a bucket load of energy, a bucket load of commitment, and a bucket load of songs.
That anyone can get up here and play leader for a day. I have absolutely no political affiliation, zero experience leading a movement, but I have been an activist my whole life.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
Basically all the people in this country are living on the proceeds of crime, basically. Namely the genocide of the First Nations and the sustained acts of terror and repression, suppression and oppression of our people. You know, if you look at what constitutes or defines genocide, Australia is guilty of everything that convention says is genocide.
Because capitalism is pretty much ruining most of our lives, and it's something that we need to overturn and replace with a system that is here for the 99%.
What we want to see is we want to see an opportunity for people to actually have a say in the way that their lives are governed and the things that are happening around them. So that's the economic systems. When we're talking about climate change, we want to talk about real solutions. When we talk about what's happening in the Middle East, we want to talk about it in a way that people are actually able to be involved in that.
I mean, down on Wall Street, there were corporate people drinking champagne, watching the protesters. I mean, that to me is just, I mean, it makes me want to cry. Like, it's so sad. And it's like, all these people, they have a voice, but their voice is continuously being quieted by people with money.
The Zygus movement. The Zygus movement is a movement that's right around the world. We stand for the same things as everyone else here. We think that corporate greed and capitalism are killing the society because the richest 1% control the rest.
I think that for too long we've been putting up with too much from the government. We've obviously seen the government denying human rights for LGBTI people. We've seen Julia Gillard refusing to grant marriage equality. We've seen attacks on Aboriginal people. We've seen attacks on refugees. And so I think that it's fantastic to see so many people out taking a stand on all the issues that impassion them.
A lot of people in the media are saying that, you know, what do Australians have to complain about? You know, we've survived the global financial crisis quite well. We don't have much to complain about. But what we are seeing is a lack of accountability, you know, an unfair influence of, you know, giant mining companies, business councils and lobby groups, which represent the 1% most wealthy Australians, while the other 99% of Australians go relatively unrepresented, which is why everyone's here today.
Yeah? Tastes like it's got sand in it. Sand from the fucking sand. Now here we are, now Occupy Melbourne. Good. Sandy, shit. The tram's in the way now. But beautiful day. Fantastic day. Lots of people around. And not too sure if this is going to go on for another day. Maybe there's a plan for it to be continuous. However, it's the first day, and I think the police have allowed just one day where the other days aren't going to be permitted. So there's a bit of police around. Think we should head over and have a look, Katie. old gentleman over here is lending people books. It's either that or someone else. But it looks like it's him. He's a part of the cause. Looks like a crazy old person, but he's a part of the cause. He's the craziest of people.
Tonight they raise awareness. Oh, great.
He can't stop for long.
We're all here for a whole bunch of different ideas, right? All supporting everything from, monetary system to carbon tax to gay rights to everything, right? Well, it's up to you why you're here. So we're all here basically for a common cause because we don't like the system for what it is running at the moment. And how we can change that is just realising our rights, our fundamental human rights. And if we're able to do that and understand the law, see how do you beat a bully? You're bribing, so you pay your taxes. You get third-party intervention, so he doesn't beat you up. So you go, right, you mention me, you mention this guy. Or you learn the rules of the bully and you beat him in his own game. Or you remove yourself from the bully completely, so he can't bully you. Well, the system doesn't really allow that. It's pretty hard to remove yourself from the bully. So what we have to do is learn the rules of the bully and beat him in his own game. So by studying law and understanding economics and those sorts of things, we are able to get a grip on the bigger picture and what we're actually able to do and how to fight it correctly for change. Anyway, this is just some cripple talking.
I think the scariest thing is once everything gets changed, once legislation starts being formed the way we want it formed, there's always that very fine line between someone being a good leader and then becoming a bully again. It's the people that always got to be on the pulse and keep shit in order. Unless we have awareness with the people, there's not much fucking that's going to happen, I don't think.
The problem is Australians are lazy, we're apathetic. So they're like, should be right, mate. Whereas in a lot of other countries around the world, if there's something wrong, there's a million people on the street protesting about it. But here, we don't have that. Look at this protest. This is, peace, love, and mundane. But
exactly.
But we're here because we're all united at least about the system. We don't really know how to change it. Most people don't. We don't really know how to change it, but we're here to talk about it, discuss it, and try to create awareness. So that's what the people know how to do.
There's conflict within the hippie movement. Negative vibes. How is this conflict dealt with? It's dealt in a group manner. And that's it. Conflict's resolved. Everyone's kind of a bit awkward. Very funny. Very funny stuff. There he is, the troublemaker with the skateboard.
I cannot explain all these nothing never changes. The universe was a book in my pants. Now I think you're gonna have a good day. Looking happy in that fucking special way. I cannot explain all these nothings never changes. The universe expands. It's the bulge in my pants. See you coming my way. Think you're gonna have a good day. Looking happy in that fucking special way. Looking at me in a 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 fucking special way.
Well, we can. What can we? Instead of more than a protest or anything. Oh, let's have a beer, Katie. Let's have a beer. Oh, I don't think there'd be beer here. Oh, I'm so happy. Hey, you know, you have 2 alcoholics. The rally's over from here, now I need beer. That's a t-shirt? Capitalize. Capitalize, motherfucker. Are those shirts free? Better be. No, I'm not. Political debates everywhere.
From the other side of the flag, in isolation, from our vendors, our computers, instead of victims, we down letters from certain double goals. They're looking to we need to worry about mobile and our episodes, this virus is announced inside Scotland. But Jeremy has said, Pakistan get virus. We'll tell that to the kids to go up the day forward unexpectedly at 1 in the afternoon, said Melanie. So instead of universities and schools and jobs and daycare centers and post offices and jobs.
Okay, Katie. What are your impressions of this festival protest so far?
Yeah, my impressions are
You have little kitties splashing around in dirty water.
Family day. Family day.
Family day. Well, nice change to a family day, don't you think?
All the same people here.
Same people, yes.
Yep.
Socialists, lots and lots of socialists.
Gay rights crowd is here. Aboriginal rights crowd is here. Refugees, Anything else to add to that?
I haven't been kissed for so long. I need a kiss. That's my neighbour. Doing a speech. Do you want to tell? Do you want to jump off?
Here we common law, we are breaking any laws unless we affect the law, or liberty, or confidence, and anything further. Women should learn laws without breaking any laws. God, or profit, good. All these other laws are fundamentally flawed, physically don't matter. Now, if we all together organise a referendum, the government doesn't actually want us to do it. For example, we're actually wanting to So basically, a referendum way is the only way of actually changing law.
That's my neighbor! It seems like the Coliseum has got like a protest every week. I miss those folks. to be a part of that. We're coming in. The forces are being joined.
Be an occasion for organising and debating. I used to be active in the movement in the 60s, and it took about a year before it became a movement. I look at this as being the start of something that in a year's time will become a movement. It took another couple of years before it became a strong movement, and pretty well soon after that we won. Never forget, we actually won on the Vietnam War. Now, this economic crisis that's developing at the moment has not yet hit Australia, so it's not surprising that there isn't going to be any huge people of Melbourne speaking out at a mass rally of the people of Melbourne right now. But there are already riots in Greece. It has already really hit Greece. And something serious has started at Wall Street, which has spread around the world, and we're here in solidarity with it. But I think we should take it that we're at the beginning of something that's got to organise and become a movement. Now, in the course of that, there's going to be all kinds of other things that we all agree on, or that some of us agree on, or that some of us really hate. Like, I can't stand people going on about how Telstra invented free energy. But you've just got to put up with that at any kind of mass activity. But at some point, we've got to debate what are the key demands that are really people are going to focus around. And I think the reason we've got any hope of starting something at all is that the so-called leaderless people at Occupy Wall Street picked out two very brilliant concepts. One, by making it Occupy Wall Street, they're identifying a clear enemy. That's as clear an enemy as there was over Vietnam. You're saying there's this finance capitalist class that we're opposed to. And secondly, by highlighting the concept of we are the 99%, they're really narrowing it down that they're trying to build a broad movement of the people that's entirely different from the kind of stuff that Melbourne's seen for the past few years. I don't go to demonstrations that have been going on with rare exceptions. I know what they're going to do, I know what they're going to say, and I know that they don't lead anywhere. But the concept of a movement that says we are the 99% is saying, no, we're not those kinds of people. And sure, we should welcome the fact that the people who go to demonstrations anyway are going to turn up to this one. But if we genuinely want to be a movement of 99% of the people, we have to work out concrete political demands that we are determined to organise at least 20% of those people to support them. And that means that on top of what I strongly agree with Benny's speech against supporting any of the parties, on top of not supporting any of the parties, we actually have to become a party. Because we haven't actually got, say, 20% of the people who are actually supporting a political demand we're raising, then we're not yet a movement that actually threatens anyone. We can go and parade outside the stock exchange, we can do all kinds of activities, we can make each other feel good, but we're not actually a threat unless we've hit about 20%. So if we adopt political demands that are in the interests of 99%, and we succeed in mobilising 20%, we'll be pretty close to winning. Now, that can only emerge, won't happen today, it can only emerge over the next year or so in the course of active debate and struggle between different political tendencies. And that was certainly what was going on in the Vietnam movement. There are a lot of people who just said it was all about peace, and there are a lot of people who said, well, the only way you're going to get peace is if the Vietnamese win and the Americans lose. And that's the way it turned out to be. But that kind of internal struggle is necessary. So I want to put forward, for other people to disagree with, the concept that the main demand we should put forward is a wealth tax on the 1%. And there's very good arguments against the wealth tax, which you will hear at length from the mass media. Firstly, it will result in capital flight, that the wealthy 1%, faced with even a moderate wealth tax, as they already have in places like France and Italy and so on, there are wealth taxes in a number of European countries, even a very small rate tends to result in your richest people going off to live in the Cayman Islands or Monaco or wherever, so they don't get taxed. And a second objection to the wealth tax is that it's expensive to administer, it's much cheaper to collect goods and services taxes and so on, because you've actually got to track down the wealth and monitor it and establish capital controls and so on, all of which strikes me as necessary if we're ever going to solve the problem. But unless we're actually prepared to take all the wealth of the 1%, and it's actually a fraction of 1%, but a fraction of 1% owns about 60% of the total wealth. Unless we're actually prepared to take it off them, we can't do much about the way the economy runs, because they run it. Now, we're not going to get 99% or even 20% to agree with us on the need to take all the wealth off the 1%. We can agree among ourselves, but they won't agree with that. But I reckon it won't be that hard to get people to agree with the basic concept of a wealth tax. So what they will have in mind is that even Warren Buffett was appealing to Barack Obama, saying he needs to tax the rich more. And Barack Obama has agreed he will tax the rich more. But it's an income tax, not a wealth tax. There's even groups of millionaires in France and Germany. They all agree they need to be taxed more. But they won't be that keen on a wealth tax that starts to bite. But the advantage of it is that opportunist shits like people in the ALP and the Green Party and so on can go along with a wealth tax and say, oh yes, we'll introduce that too, and try and persuade us to vote for them, while we can keep pushing for it to be an expropriation tax. So I'm putting forward as a serious matter for debate, for people to actually have arguments for and against, that a key central demand be we want a wealth tax literally confined to the 1%. There's a wealth tax that does not apply to anybody who hasn't got more net wealth than being in the top 1%. So when all the newspapers tell you how terrible it is, the reply is, yeah, it's terrible for your supporters. You know, so 99% of us, it doesn't apply to us at all. And if you're in the 1%, that's very interesting for us to know. So I reckon that kind of approach to politics is very different from just celebrating that we all hate the system and we all agree on this and that. If we're planning to build a movement for 99%, then let's start demanding, or let's start debating what concrete demands we're putting forward. That's my proposal. I expect other people to put forward another proposal. It may well be that we can get away with 2 or 3 central demands, but we will not build a movement that hasn't got any.
Told ya.
Melbourne, please say no more.
had a degree in exploitation and worked around the world. And then those who said, Rupert Murdoch took on the group, they here in Melbourne. Today, we have a protest against Max Brenner. I don't know if many of you have heard of it, but I have. And they recently support the Ghanaian Divided Brigade, the Israeli IDF. They support them committing war crimes, atrocities, apartheid, and genocide of the Palestinian people. Yes, shame. And we must unite. We must unite together in our common cause for freedom and equal rights. Freedom for all. Whether you are a Palestinian or an Indigenous Australian here in Australia, we have the same fight. If you had If you can follow the balloon to your right, and we'll be coming straight back once the protest is over. So one struggle, one fight!
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 One struggle, one fight! One struggle, one fight! One struggle, one fight! One struggle, one fight! One struggle, one fight!
From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea!
It's not like it's a government thing that you just get something out of us. It's like, no, they're not going to say, yeah, you're right, people aren't allowed to Really?
Multinational corporations control our government, and unless we don't, we're not going to actually create change in the country.
Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
My name's Thomas Bond. I've been an activist for a fair while now, fighting for all manner of different things. I came down here originally just because I saw years and years and years ago that corporate greed has more or less taken over politics here in Australia and across the world. And basically what our objective today is, we're marching on the Melbourne Club. They're a club exclusively dominated by what we term the 1%. The super rich, those who own the majority of the wealth in this world. For us here in Melbourne, this building, the Melbourne Club itself, it can be seen as a figurehead of the 1%. So we're going down there today, we're going to let our voices be heard, we're going to show them what we're about, we're going to annoy them, we're going to piss them off, because, they've persecuted us, they've destroyed our jobs, they've made our life absolute hell here, and we're going to take it back to them, really.
Democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Drink your wine, you drink your number, bourgeois wine! Eat your business, drink your wine, your name is economic, drink your wine! Eat your business, drink your wine, your name is economic, bourgeois wine! Eat your business, drink your wine, your name is economic, bourgeois wine! Eat your business, drink your wine, your name is economic, bourgeois wine! Eat your business, drink your wine, your days are numbered!
Well, a demonstration's not the word for it. I think the word is RIOT. And every window in the Melbourne Club was smashed. Where thousands of us marched here, and there was only a few police at the door. We forced our way in and took over the Melbourne Club. All the guests were inside, and they weren't pleased to see us. They weren't welcoming. And so there's a lush courtyard out the back where they ushered their guests in because the rabble were coming in through the front door uninvited. A good time was had by all. And eventually, though, I was grabbed and thrown out. But the friendly policeman picked me up by my legs and my arms and just threw me into the crowd. The crowd were thousands, a bit bigger than we've got today, unfortunately. But some others stayed inside much longer and were arrested and charged with riot. At one stage, after I'd been thrown out, we'd been here for hours, and it was a warm night, so I went off and got cans of drink to give to people to keep them going. The trouble was the cans of drink didn't last very long, because people were grabbing them out of the bucket when I was bringing back and then chucking them through the windows. But anyhow, one of the best things of it was that a whole series of people were charged with riot. They wouldn't let them out, so the crowd stayed there for hours demanding they be released. And eventually we had to march back to the City Watch House at the time, where eventually they were released. They went to trial with charge of riot. The thing was, the staff were called to give evidence, and it was pretty clear the staff serving in the Melbourne Club had no great love for the patrons. So it was pretty clear that all the evidence, the staff was saying, oh, it was really good, I enjoyed myself, oh, there was no big problem, and so on, what you're going on about. And the jury were winking at the defendants. So they all got off. It was quite amazing. It was clearly it was a riot. People had forced their way into the building. The place had been trashed. But the Melbourne Club was so hated, they thought, well, people that were rioting at the Melbourne Club were doing a public good. We're doing a public service. And the people that deserve to be charged were the cops. How dare they arrest rioters?
Democracy looks like. That is what hypocrisy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. That is what hypocrisy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. That is what hypocrisy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. That is what hypocrisy looks like. We are 99%. We are 99%. We are 99%.
It's Sunday here in Melbourne, day 2 of Occupy Melbourne. It's a very dusty city square here. High winds. We've been erecting tarps and shit in high winds. That's been extremely manly. What else is happening? It's awesome. A priest in the cathedral next door gave a 100% supportive sermon in a cathedral next door. That happened today now. And what else? And now a meeting is occurring. People are putting their heads together, deciding what's on the agenda. Good times, great rock and roll. Hey, you guys want to say something quickly about maybe people swinging by and donating food?
Everything you see here is donated. It started with avocados and bread, and we've got
everything that we're making, this entire salad. You're the third bunch of people to walk up in the last 20 minutes, and we're just about to serve dinner. It's incredible the amount. Everything here, even this tarp, all of these ropes, everything here. We haven't paid for a cent, and they're donating money as well. So it's a great sense of community. And that's what it's about, right?
Awesome.
So much, guys.
An entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy shit we don't need. We're the middle children of history. No purpose or place. We have no great war, no great depression. Our great war is a spiritual war. We've been raised on television to believe one day that we'd be movie gods and we'd be rich, and to believe everything that we've been told through mainstream media and the narrow systems that surround us. Well, we're here, we're awake, and we're very pissed off.
The reason I'm here today is because I am not happy with the disparity of wealth. I'm not happy that the top 1% of society owns far more than the rest of the society put together. The inequality which is inherent in our corrupt system has to end. And all of the people that have come together here today, they see this. They all have their own personal reasons to be here, and for every person that you see here, you'll have a new reason for joining the Occupy Melbourne movement. We support our brothers and sisters in America and hundreds and even thousands of other cities all over the world who are also occupying town squares and city streets, because they can all see that the system is broken. They can all see that the greed and corruption that lines the pockets of the wealthy 1% at the expense of the poorest people in our society is a system which can no longer be accepted or tolerated in the 21st century. It has to change.
Why are you here? People need to eat. We have a protest going on, Occupy Melbourne, so people obviously need food. A lot of people don't know how to show their support, so they've been saying people need to eat. So all this is done with donations. Everyone helping here is not affiliated with any different political party or anything. We're just people that wanted to help, and this is how we're helping. We're just cooking food, and it's pretty much been coming out almost about 14 hours of the day. We started at 6 and we went till midnight last night, even just down to tea and coffee and biscuits. We're having a constant stream of food getting donated from individuals and organizations. We even have kosher food to support the festival that's happening at the moment. This is an organic kitchen in an organic movement. It's a people's kitchen, and we're here to feed everyone basically as well. We're inviting people off the street. We have a lot of homeless people come in. We're doing what we can, which is what we're all about, right?
My main reason to hop down and have a look was my concerns over the escalating difference between the rich and the poor, and the amount of money that's distributed is not quite right. I see the banks getting, the bank executives rolling out with their golden parachutes, and the working people getting just turfed out.
What I think is going on here is hundreds and hundreds of awesome people getting together to create change. The spirit is rising, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop that.
We need the people that are fence sitting at the moment to actually come down, have a look at what's going on, hear what everybody's got to say, make their own decisions, and lend support to something that really, really needs our help.
We are the 99%. This is what
problem with the world economy fundamentally comes down to the fact that every single dollar in circulation is a form of debt, or we have a debt-based monetary system. The solution is a debt-free money system, and that can be instituted tomorrow if the government would just pull its finger out. References, go have a look at The Crash Course by Chris Martinson. He'll carefully illustrate the problems we face. The solutions, The Secret of Oz by Bill Still, and I'll strongly suggest you have a look at Max Kaiser, Zero Hedge, The Automatic Earth, for all that monetary stuff. Good luck.
Under the trade union government now in Canberra, child poverty is the highest in the OECD. Pensioners are most impoverished in the Western world. 1.7 million Australians will not reach the age of 60 because of the ills stemming from poverty, and that is genocide by neglect. You're perpetrating a crime against humanity by giving thieving politicians of all persuasions a mandate and a woman-date to continue their robbery of the elderly and the little children of the poor. Thank you very much.
The ones that are fine, like for myself, who are living comfortably, I can't feel at peace on an everyday basis, knowing that so many are going with so much little money that they cannot spend it on even school clothes or books or things that are needed for the young ones to grow into a healthy mind and a healthy life to represent our future generations. The way that the young are treated and the elderly, I find that quite disrespectful, and they're not being heard. And this movement is fantastic. It's fantastic to see that united, they can hopefully make a move, an improvement, and a change to a better world. And that's it.
The banks and other financial institutions are able to capitalise their profits and socialise their losses. I would rather see them, well, socialise their profits or capitalise their losses. They can't have it both ways.
Have to agree on the fact that we are sitting on a planet of finite resources and that it's unconscionable for one particular group of people to make an unlimited amount of wealth. So what do we do about it? Well, essentially an Australian referendum on limiting the amount of money a singular corporation can take, and ideally repealing the concept that a corporation is a human being, because what we'll find as an outcome of corporatocracy is that human beings, the bottom rung, are being forgotten about. They're being impoverished, as we've heard. The elderly are being marginalised, and funding for essential services such as education and in a lot of cases infrastructure to serve the educational needs and the medical needs of the community is basically forgone as a result of unchecked corporate earnings. Now, if we put in a threshold limit on the top of it, so that money earned by a corporate organisation is returned after a certain threshold into the bottom end of society, we'll actually move towards closing the equality gap as opposed to just letting unchecked capitalism reign free. And this is a decision that can be made by the voting public, and it's what we need to get excited about. So if I was to think one thing about occupying Wall Street, it's that we need to actually change something and not just yell about it. So that means opening a dialogue. So come down here, learn about it, express your own thoughts, and then come to some sort of group cohesive decision that we can implement. Because we've created the system so far, and as a wise person said to me once, the system can't be torn down and it's never broken, it just is. It's its current best point, and we can change it and mould it. So what that means is you need to be active and get up off your asses and come out and have a discussion. If you don't know about it, learn about it, and we can make change for the better, be the change, to quote the phrase. So thanks very much.
Hi, my name is Franca. I've come here just after finishing work. Turning up to Occupy Melbourne feels like coming home. We really want the support of people to come in and occupy Melbourne with us. It would be great to continue Occupy Melbourne because it really is like a second home to some people here, and it's really a positive thing.
I am mildly disgruntled.
I'm Kath and I'm a revolutionary socialist. I'm here to protest the horrors and the crimes of capitalism, to protest the fact that we live in a world where we have enough resources, enough food, enough transporting technology to feed all of the world, and yet still thousands of people die of starvation every day because a profit can't be made off it. I think we need to fight this.
I'm here today because I don't see why you can't be productive and protest at the same time. I'm a student, I'm doing my homework today, and I don't see why you can't be productive and protest for something you believe in at the same time. We're not all homeless and we're not all hippies, but that doesn't mean we can't be here to support a great cause or something that needs to be said.
I am mildly disgruntled.
Are we recording?
Yeah, Carl from 3CR. So what kind of ideas do you have for Occupy Melbourne? What the things we need?
Well, public drinking water is one. You've got to have, got to build up the know-how with the council and get some of these local shops on board. You need a survey team, go around a little questionnaire. And there'll be someone here who's from the Street Traders Association. You want to quantify how many people have come through this site, so you can then say, look, they're all going to be spending $10 a head minimum. That's about the average tourist spend in the CBD. So we've got tourists coming through from overseas, interstate. They're all coming here. They're going to be spending money in your 7-Elevens, your local shops around here. So build up that groundswell, get on the front foot so that you've got some data there to give them. Because you need access to the water mains that will be in this park. There'll be, I've forgotten the name for it, but there'll be some sort of water box here you can access. One of my past jobs, outside of being involved with the Stolen Wealth Games in 2006, where I was a logistics guy there, was being the logistics man for the Great Victorian Bike Ride. So Bicycle Victoria, worth contacting. They've got the taps and pipeworks that you could perhaps access from their site out in Sunshine. So they've got lots of goodies there. I wonder if they'd come on board. Why aren't the cyclists involved here? We've got huge mass of people. We've got to get the mainstreamers involved. You know, I'm a fairly normal looking guy, and a lot of mainstreamers are saying, listen, how can we get the everyday person involved? And that's one of the core things. Personally, I'd love to see a little bit more economics in the approach. This is hopefully the age of economic literacy. But yeah, you guys doing a great job.
Yep.
It's looking pretty clean. You've got
Yep.
to keep on top of the tidiness. Some signs up about sunscreen would be good.
Sunscreen,
hats,
earplugs.
Earplugs.
For night time, for people camping in
only way to
the
sleep.
city.
Oh my
yeah.
God, you guys have got to try and sleep.
Yep.
That's the biggest killer. If
Yep.
you can get
Yep.
away with that for 3 nights in a row, all
Yep.
of a sudden, the
Yep.
brain goes out the window.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's about the basics. You've got
Cool.
free sunscreen there, but
Yeah.
I can't see a first aid sign.
Yeah.
I imagine
There is
that's
a first aid tent.
Have you got a red cross or
Cross.
something, official like that? And one of the good
Yeah.
things to do when you're on the campsite's expanding is
Yeah.
to have flags.
Yeah.
So people can see it from a distance.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd also say no more tents.
Yeah.
You've
Got enough.
You've got to almost
Got enough.
cull some,
Yeah.
especially for this
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Good on you guys. Keep powering on.
Thanks, Carl. That's great. Now I've just got to go to this meeting about being evicted and what we do when that happens. So motherfuckers be all tripping and shit about what this Occupy movement is, and I'm all like, you fucking retarded? Like what, you need one reason for a movement like this? Like you don't think there are thousands of reasons to occupy public space and demand radical change the way the world runs? You don't think there is a need, a deep-seated need for radical change on Earth today? You feel that things are going great. You feel like maybe you'll complain on Facebook and Twitter and find excuses? Sure. Find enough excuses to carve out enough space so you can return to IKEA. Look, I'll go to IKEA. I'll go to fucking IKEA, motherfucker. I'll go there. Someone else is holding the camera. Okay. This isn't an act or anything. I am a 100% committed occupier. And you must join us or die. Die a horrible, lonely, sad. I mean, okay, we all do that. But what I'm trying to say is, why are we doing this? Yeah, actually fucking asking why. You're blowing my mind, man. My mind is blown. You hear that? That's me, unable to find English words in any language, including especially English, to explain what I'm thinking right now. Because all I can think is, when you say, why are you occupying? I have to assume you're pretending, because what you really want to do is go and get some ice cream. Just go get some fucking ice cream, and then come back later and we'll talk about it again. Okay. Thanks, mate. Sean.
Liam.
Alright, I guess welcome to Occupy Melbourne. Just like to extend our warm greetings to you all, like as a media team and as an occupation. Thank you so much for dropping by. Jello, I must ask, as someone who has a 30-year history of dissent, you've seen social movements over that time period. What do you think is, what do you think that the occupation movement is different, and how so?
Right now, it's more of an uprising than a movement. It's an expression of anger. In a way, it's a cry for help, basically. You know, that we don't like corporate dictatorship turning every country into a third world banana republic with very, very rich people and very, very poor people.
Responding to a police emergency, unlike any seen recently on the streets of London.
Fight the cops, dirty dogs. Fight the cops, steam like logs. All the cops who suck our knobs, like corn cobs, you hear their dogs. Smash the state, make no mistake, no debate, don't masturbate. Fuck the cops, KKK cops, fight the cops, smash the locks. Cops are fucks, they all suck. Fascist scum, a bunch of bums. Fight the cops, fight the cops. It's going to be free. Fight the cops, fight the cops. 5 o'clock. It's going to be free.
I now believe, flame, which hither ye have brought from regions where I reign. Ye fools and priests, I spit upon your fire.
It's going.
Okay, start.
Okay, so what do you want to know?
Everything.
You want to know everything.
Yes.
Okay.
Why are you here?
Everything. Oh no, keep it that way because it's yeah.
All right.
Okay, so you want to know everything.
Yes. First, give the date and your name, full name.
My name's Sean Bedlam. I'm at Occupy Melbourne, City Square, Melbourne, Australia. It's October the 20th. We've been here for, this is our 6th day of occupying City Square.
Yep.
We've set up a small tent city.
Yep.
Today we reached the point where the square is completely full. We can't squeeze any more tents into it.
Yep.
Which is fantastic.
Yep.
We're direct democracy in action. We vote on everything that happens here.
Yep.
And there are diverse political groups here, and there are people who are citizens who aren't aligned to any particular politics. I'm one of those. I'm just a citizen. I have my political ideas, but who cares? Right now, my political ideas are the Occupy movement, which I think has actually becoming right now a movement. We are occupying here in Melbourne because basically, if we didn't, why people ask why we do occupy, but the real question is why wouldn't we? That's stupid. It'd be embarrassing. And for me, if I didn't do this, I wouldn't be able to look at myself in the mirror. I'd just be another guy with opinions who doesn't back them up with any kind of action at all. So we're we're organising, we're working together to make this village, camp, whatever you want to call it, work. And it's working beautifully. Yeah, there's a whole lot of strangers here working together and becoming friends actually, which is great.
Yep.
So an amazing kitchen here. Sorry?
So what do you say to the Saudis and the Emiratis?
Well, what do I say to the Saudis and the Emiratis? Well, here in Australia, obviously we're extremely lucky. Most of us have got it really, really good. It's a great place to live. But we also we started as a penal colony, so we have a long history of dissent, and especially here in Melbourne. And if the only thing we can do, if the only thing that comes out of this is that we can also just help to be an example of dissent.
Yep. Yep.
And how to make dissent work and make it productive, then, why not? By doing things like this, doing what we're doing here, and making videos about it that you can watch so that you can be encouraged by the people's movement that you see happening all around the world. Simple as that.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Show us more.
Hey?
Show us more.
Show you more. Well,
yeah.
This is the General Assembly area where we meet every night, 6 p.m, and work out what we're doing and how we're going to do it.
Yep.
what's the time now? We must be coming up to it. It's 6:09 now, so people are coming into the General Assembly area for tonight's meeting.
So, how are you feeling so far?
How feeling?
Yeah.
Oh, great! It's good to be organising with people. It's good to be using communication skills for something besides capitalist rubbish, or what? Yeah, using it for something that's not about me. It's about being part of the people. You know, it's not often you get an opportunity to feel yourself doing the right thing all day long. You know, so it's an incredible experience, and we can have this incredible experience here in Australia, and provide another example of direct democracy in action.
Ryan! Ryan!
Back in 48 hours, you fucking...
Together, united, you cannot be divided. Together, united, you cannot be divided. Together, united, you cannot be divided.
Alright, how about another cut, soft cut?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You just paid fucking thugs!
Bullshit. This is fucking bullshit.
Give him a kiss! Give him a fucking kiss!
Watching it, pigs!
I've seen dickheads like you.
Doesn't this upset you? Aren't you upset by this? Have you not seen all these people peacefully protesting? I saw a guy getting kneed in the nuts. I saw a woman get elbowed in the head. Doesn't this upset you? This is what you're going for. Are you such a fucking cold robot? Shame on you.
Meanwhile, Premier Ted Baillieu has backed the decision to dislodge anti-corporate greed activists from central Melbourne this week. Riot officers and mounted police took several hours to disperse the demonstrators who'd been occupying City Square. The protesters say they're now considering legal action, but the Premier says they were treated fairly.
There is a limit, and these individuals, these groups were given ample time and fair warning, and I think Victoria Police handled it very well.
Mr Baillieu says he doesn't believe police used excessive force.
China had that dude in front of the tanks and putting out some.
Looks like the crowd is actually pushing back at the moment because they're getting ready for another police push. And instead of being victims of brutality again, they are giving the police some leeway. Hopefully not just running room. Here comes the push. It's peaceful at now. Looks alright. Doing a wedge formation. Got their horses in the back.
So what we're seeing here is the police returning from the centre of Swanston Street with individual people that they've pulled out of the Occupy Melbourne crowd. Now, this morning the police cordoned off City Square with fences, and then they moved in with a mix of riot police, police in blue uniforms, standard dress police, and worked in lines to move everybody out. The protest then moved to the centre of the street, where they went and used horses, as well as a running line of police to basically push through the crowd, push them back to the city square, block them into a certain area, and now we're seeing the majority of arrests take place. As you can see, folks, the police have successfully cleared Swanston Street and we are back to business as normal, albeit with no ability to get on the roadway, but still shopping, transit, and we are back to normal life. That seems to be it for the city square, but we'll see what the response is from the public.
I think it's just a very sad state of affairs to see Swanston Street in this position, and everybody involved in this position, because that 1% are taking over everybody else's. And I think it's, there should be a ceiling cap on the 1%. They shouldn't be able to earn that much money, and these sort of things wouldn't happen. So until that's fixed, I can't see any solution to the problem.
Just as an interesting point, whilst we're back to business on Swanston Street, for the Save Live Australia music rally, when we had people, tens of thousands of people in the street blocking the entirety of Bourke Street all the way up to the State Parliament, there was about one or two cop cars just leading the way whilst everybody sang Barnsey songs and a float went down the road. Whereas for this, we had, 250, 300 cops, 10 vans, riot police, dogs, the whole lot. So it shows you what people really care about and what they're really scared about, I guess.
Oh, look at that! Look at that go! Oh! Look at this go! What the hell? Got to be joking me!
Peaceful protest! This is a peaceful protest! He's an attack on civilians! Shore up! Shore up! These are part of this community, you know.
Related question, I suppose, in a sense of corporate greed, and with demonstrations going on around the world, and now in Australia as well, with the occupiers demonstrators, as they call themselves. Robert Doyle was the Mayor of Melbourne, and he had an exchange with one of the demonstrators on radio in Melbourne, and it's probably not accurate describing him as sceptical. I think he's more confused about their motives. Here he is.
It's very, very, very crucial to the future of our democracy that we have this space.
Oh, come on, Nick, you're taking yourself a bit... It's crucial to the future of democracy. I think you're taking yourself a bit seriously.
I don't think we've made any point yet.
Well, what are you doing there then?
We've just opened up this space and we are beginning...
What does that mean? What does that mean, you've opened up this space? I think you'll find City Square was a fairly open space before you arrived, and it will be when you go, Nick.
And they have gone. They moved in. There's some suggestions that they're all a bit heavy-handed about it all. The Age this morning had a double-page spread showing that these demonstrations are going on around the world undisturbed. They included Sydney in that, but now they've moved on Martin Place as well. Should these people be allowed a little more time to make their point?
I think arguably they should be allowed. I think demonstrators always should be allowed to make a point. It's been a sort of a tenet of our democracy that people are allowed to protest about things. We've seen the convoy of no confidence in front of Parliament House, and we've seen lots of protests over the years that some have done things and some of them haven't. But I think what's interesting about the ones in Australia is really how small they've ended up being and how relatively
pitching a tent and digging in for a week or more.
They've made their point. That's right. They don't have to set up, maybe
they need a bit more time, because I'm not sure what their point was. I think maybe they do need more time, because nobody seems clear what their point was.
Well, they've opened up this space. I think it's important.
Good open spaces.
All right, more with our panel shortly. Lenore Taylor, Mark Kenny and Nikki Sava. But now here's Mike Bowers and Talking Pictures.
Live streaming now. Good. The whole world can see it. Like 1,000 They're all coming in. They're all coming in. This is the city square. I can be where we want. It's public space. Thank you.
You don't mind stopping?
It's okay, sweetie. Look at the big horses.
Man, we're talking to the cops. Is he here today?
Manu?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just standing there playing a drum a few seconds ago. Oh, here he is. So. I'll just stand here, thank you. Public space like a samurai one.
You've been given a
I pay taxes for this street. I pay taxes for this street, thank you.
You've been given a lawful direction to move
and I'm telling you, I'm telling you my rights.
For the safety of you and your child, I'd like you to move the other side of the road. Thank you. You've been given a lawful direction to move the other side of the road.
If you touch my child, I will sue you. Are you going to threaten my child with a horse? Are you threatening my child with a horse? Are you honestly threatening my child with a horse?
Listen, there's no need to get excited.
No, exactly, public space. Get everyone else to leave. Get everyone else to leave and then I'll leave.
No,
exactly. It's not healthy to threaten my child with a horse.
Listen to yourself.
And listen to yourself.
Baby.
Yeah, she's going to remember this for a long time.
You can be here. There's no issue.
Thank you. Then stop talking to me. I can be here.
But I don't want you stepping in front of the horses.
Tell the horse not to come up on my child then. Okay, you're upsetting my child. Thank you.
With the horses creating danger for you with your pram.
You just said I can be here.
Listen to me. What I ask you to do is just move to 5 minutes
Thank you. And I said no. You said I can be here. You just said on camera that I can be here. Did you hear that? I can be here. Thank you.
You know what? I'm actually not going to ask you again. I'm going to tell you.
So now you're telling me I can't be here.
Away from the horses for your own safety.
So my own safety as a human being, I get to choose the safety of my child and myself. Don't touch my child. Do not touch my child. Did I give you permission to touch my child?
You've got 5 seconds to move.
Or what? What are you going to do?
You'll be removed as breach of the peace. Because I'm
asking
you
to do to my child?
If you get trampled by the horses, you'll have more
The horse
problems.
came to me. The horse came and stood over me. I've got you on file as well. I've got you on camera.
Why don't you get into this guy?
That is the horse's entry
There was a horse's head.
The horses will go
half a
past
metre
your
from my child's head.
That's it. You're moving. I've told you you're moving. Out.
Go down to the next gate, John.
Go to the next gate if you need
Go down to the next gate. Make it easy on yourself. We're happy for you to go down there.
The horse can't come in here, okay? A horse can't come in here. I'm filming from here, thank you. No, you don't. The horse came and nearly trampled my child on purpose. Thank you. Thank you. I will. No, you're not trying to look after me. You're trying to get me to move along. I can watch from here, thank you. I can look after my child, thank you. Thank you for your concern. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Tell me when I fucking stand in my own fucking country.
Hey. I can stay here and film everything that you can.
No, I'm not getting pushed on by the police. I'm not getting a horse in my child's face on purpose and then told that I'm the one who has to look after my child's safety.
I know.
Hey. How are you, Manu?
The revolution may be televised.
Yeah. The revolution will be live streamed. Can we take those tables out because they're going to become a danger?
That's what I don't want to use.
No, I know that, but the other people know how to tell.
We've got an answer.
You want a banana? Okay. The problem is, people try to pick it up already.
We've seen it, we stopped it. Sure, we stopped it.
Well, we'll let it go. Put your horse in on the child. Is that what they train you to do?
That was idiotic.
Well, that's all on camera. That's going all over the world. Live stream. Shame.
While there's two of us in it, do you want to take the memory card out of this? Let's do it.
There you go.
It's been a chaotic and at times violent day in the heart of Melbourne. It started as police acting on an eviction notice moved in to break up the Occupy Melbourne demonstration, which had taken over the city square almost a week ago. Officers succeeded in clearing the square, only to force the protesters onto some of the city's busiest streets. As the hours passed, tempers frayed and the number of arrests and injuries escalated. Ryan Shields reports.
It began with an early morning raid. Melbourne City Council staff handed out eviction notices and erected fences to contain the protest. And when the deadline for the anti-corporate greed protesters passed, the cavalry moved in.
The riot police just instantly picked me up and, forcefully removed me and did say some horrible things in my ears like, "Have a bath, you feral."
But the protesters' mission changed. And the city's main artery, Swanston Street, was in their sights.
The road was entirely blocked to trams and traffic. It took police horses and heavily armed officers to move them back.
But the victory was short-lived. Protesters eventually took over an entire intersection. Police prepared for their final assault, and the violence followed. With Melbourne's Lord Mayor Robert Doyle looking on, protesters were in no doubt who was to blame.
Of course they want us to move on. The Queen's coming. They want to clean up the town, make it look spick and span. Everything's fine here.
Though there was some dissent.
What's the point? I don't see a point in it.
I think they should stop them. There's enough police to stop them. It's ridiculous what they're doing.
Police reject accusations they were heavy-handed.
We tried to do it as peacefully as we can. We've escalated as they've escalated.
Despite the violence, there were no serious injuries. Officers made dozens of arrests, but charges are still pending.
Some of the charges may relate to trespass, some may relate to resist arrest or hinder police and things like that.
Protesters claim police were the biggest hindrance. Ryan Shields, Lateline.
All we want to do is stand in public space and have discussions about the issues that affect us. Start talking about what's going on in our world, in our country.
We have the right to demonstrate!
That's nice.
So Jamie Kilstein,
hey buddy.
Just over your shoulder there's a massive line of police. Just beyond that is a soup kitchen.
Right.
Do you see an issue with that?
Do I see an issue with the police trying to
shut down a soup kitchen?
A bunch of kids? Yes. I mean, unless they're planning on opening up the police precinct's soup kitchen after this, I think it's pretty fucked up, and I think that the backlash is going to be huge. I think that because Occupy Melbourne is providing a community service, that the public is on their side, and that if they shut them down, they're just going to come back and they're going to come back stronger.
So we need someone that can actually talk to police centrally and say, this isn't part of the process, this is just some material. Yep. Hands up for that. That's an ongoing job for hours and hours.
So if we have anyone spare who wants to be able to look the riot police in the face, we need people over on that side.
So if you've got earrings, nose rings, anything like that, take them out. And everyone just keep calm, keep focused, remember why we are here, and remember to say, no comment. More, please. No comment.
I'm just keeping our education and our free library safe. We've got a bit of a barricade here. I don't want any property wasted because this is good resources. We'll set up again.
We're moving this.
No, we're keeping the barricade. We're just saving the books.
I'm a bit confused by the fence, the idea of blocking us in as well as asking us to leave at the same time. It's an interesting prospect, I guess.
We pay taxes. It's go to you to prevent us from walking on footpaths to actually express our opinion about something.
Do you want to come in? Do you want to come round? We can just lift the fence up for you and you can come under.
So what's the plan, man?
Well, my plan is to sit right here. I don't have any further, no point having a plan since there appear to be some other people around who have ideas of their own of how things are going to flow across the course of the day. So what I'm going to do in my position as a general dog's body and all-rounder is just take each problem as it appears in front of me.
Alright, is it just me or is the police numbers behind you suddenly doubled?
Yeah, it's getting pretty big. Someone just tweeted me, are those all the police in Melbourne? Like, who's stopping crime?
There are some people who think that putting yourself in a position where you can be arrested by a police officer is some kind of an act of aggression, but that's actually complete crap. It's perfectly okay under the rules of non-violence, pacifism, etc. to put yourself in that position, especially if you think you're making a strong enough point. It's not about yourself, it's about the people. So I feel good. I'm in the right place at the right time.
So what did you just witness, dude?
So this girl, I have a picture of the girl and the police officers on my Twitter. This girl gets arrested, or she's getting pulled out for no reason, and the way the cop has her, he has her arm like this, so if she moves, it puts pressure at her. So as she's being pulled out, and she's saying, what do I do? Her other hand's up in the air. The cop pretty much pulls her so her arm hits another cop, and then that other cop goes, that's it, get her names and details, and they're saying that she assaulted a cop. And so then I went up to the police officers and told them, you know, just so you know, like, the other cop drove her arm into, the cop assaulted a cop with someone else's arm. It was the equivalent of like grabbing your friend's arm and being like, I'm not hitting you. And, you know, she was really calm, but they were pretty much saying, you know, well, enough people were taping it, so we'll have evidence. But a ton of cops here don't have it. Just talking to a producer from Triple J, a bunch of cops are not wearing name tags or badges. Like, it's really fucked up. So
they actually promised, like specifically yesterday, they said everyone will have a name badge.
Yeah, and so that's not happening. They just brought in a bunch of reinforcements. The kids took down the fence, and all hell broke loose. The riot guys charged in and started pushing the kids and grabbing the fence. And but the kids are still chanting, and they're not going to leave. So this is pretty incredible and really inspiring.
So what happened to you?
You talking about me getting dragged, or
Yeah.
well, one of my mates, 5 people who were sitting across the northwest entry of the city square, sat down on a block that was going to be used to build more fence. He sat down on it and sort of tried to wrap himself around it. Police came in and started to come at him, and so I kind of started to snake in there to try and at least watch and at least encourage him if he was being hurt. And then another mate came through to actually grab onto him and help him, I think. He started to be dragged, so I just latched onto him and pulled him the other way. Then a bunch of cops grabbed me, dragged me. One of them pushed him, just gave me just rammed his fist into my mouth. They, twisted and turned and dumped me over on the footpath. Asked me, am I going to get up by myself? And I said, yeah, I am. I did. Then they picked me up, reached my arms out like this and dragged me across the street. There was a bunch of people waiting across the road. So I just gave them a big smile and said, radical times, folks.
It is that we have enough money for all these policemen to scare the shit out of us, but not enough to feed the homeless of Victoria. Amen to that.
love doing it. They love doing it. They don't know.
Get off him! Get off him! Shame! Shame!
We'll be back! 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 Let's go! Get off him! Or you will lose! What is that? You have made us stronger today!
Your people united will never be defeated. Your people united will never be defeated. Your people united will never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. Peaceful protest! This was a people's protest! Fuck Jenkins! Fuck Jenkins!
No! The whole world is watching! Okay! Just what the fuck? The whole world is watching! Police brutality! Police brutality! Police brutality! Police brutality!
That's right.
Just have a look what you're doing! What the fuck? Watching! 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 The whole world is 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 watching!
This is our Melbourne! We'll be back! The whole world is watching! The whole world is watching! The whole world is watching! off those horses! Get those
Yeah, they
Hello, welcome to the Friday video blog for 774 ABC Melbourne's Morning Show. I'm John Fain. Well, this week, the narrative thread through the day, no, it wasn't Libya, although that was a dramatic conclusion today on Friday. But no, the Lord Mayor of Melbourne and Occupy Melbourne, and clearly on Friday morning we're looking back and saying what's going on, but Robert Doyle was confronted by Nick Carson on the program on Talkback during the week on Wednesday, and I must say, I think my personal view now, it's Friday, it's lunchtime, the riot police are mopping up in the city square. Robert Doyle got this one very, very wrong. Whatever motivated them, I don't understand, and whatever they thought justified such heavy-handed tactics, I also don't understand. The protesters in the city square, they may not be the most clearly articulated protesters you've ever seen, but it's quite clear they were of little harm to anyone except some of the local coffee shops, and in fact apparently they were providing reasonable patronage there as well. Yes, it might not have been the prettiest sight for international visitors. Yes, the Queen was coming, but look at what's happened instead today. It's you'd have to say it's sledgehammer and walnut material as far as I'm concerned. But that's my view. Everyone's had a chance to express their views today, and undoubtedly it'll still be the topic of the week next week on The Morning Show on 774 ABC Melbourne.
The 99%, we are on Occupy Melbourne, we are the 99%, we The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.